What's up, guys? It's your boy Coop Hoops, and today I needed to put some content out there, so I'll be going over NBA from this week, or I'll just talk about the start of the season in general. And yeah, so let's start off with my Portland Trail Blazers. We are now 3-4 after a tough loss to the Chicago Bulls tonight. We blew a 20-point lead. Zach LaVine hit a deep three to put them up by four. Dame bounced back with a fadeaway three off an inbound, and they had two free throws, and then Melo caught the inbound the next possession out of a 3-point game. Jacked up a one-legged three. Wasn't a great shot. I mean, it hit rim. I mean, it was an okay look, but I think he could have hit Dame and could have taken a dribble as well. So I would have liked to see a better shot. 3-4. I'm really not mad. I don't really early on. Until we get to like 7 games below, 5 games below, as long as we stick around 500 or above, or like a game below, we're fine. We might make the playoffs. I mean, right now we're sitting in the 7 spot, tied with like 5 teams, including I think it's the Kings, Nuggets, Spurs, Mavs. I mean, there's a bunch of us right there, and Warriors are 4-3, one game ahead of us. Jazz 4-3, one game ahead of us. Pelicans will fall off. They're not going to sustain this 5-3. Clippers are another tough loss tonight. Kawhi missed a buzzer beater three, and they were down by 30 or 25 at one point, and they came back to the San Antonio Spurs, who got their dub. They're now 3-4 in contention, but it still doesn't really matter at the start of the season, honestly. So it's kind of surprising teams. I'm gonna look at the Orlando Magic are 5-2, second in the East. They're looking like a playoff team, and I mean they've been a playoff team the last couple of years, sitting around the 8 seed. But it looks like they can actually maybe do some damage this year. But we're still pretty early on. We had that 4-0 start. They lost 2 in a row. They won one yesterday. So, I mean, they're not bad. I just want them to continue this level of play. Same as the New York Knicks. They're 4-3. Everyone's hyping them up. Are not Knicks fans. Knicks fans don't want to hear anything about playoffs. They don't want to get their hopes up. But the Knicks will fall off. Julius Randle's, I think he's like 7th in rebounds, and he's 7th in assists or something like that. He's averaging like 7 assists and 12 rebounds with like 18 points. Great stats from Julius Randle. I just don't know if he can sustain his stats, but the team cannot sustain these wins, I don't think. But we'll see. They can prove me wrong. RJ's balling out, help my fantasy team get buckets. And, of course, your points per game leaders through the first couple games are Harden, Curry, Beal, Trae Young, Kevin Durant. My boy C.J. McCollum dropping 26 a game, or 28 a game to start the year. You got Jaylen Brown, kind of a surprising one. Of course, Kyrie and Dame and Giannis are averaging around 26. JT and Ja are up there, too. And Harden's your leader with 33, Curry at 32, Beal 30. But those are your kind of a lot of names you usually see. CJ and Jaylen Brown and Ja are kind of the big ones that you didn't expect up here this early. I mean, CJ, if he can sustain this level of play, we can be a scary team. I know this game looked ugly. We blew a lead, but I mean, yeah, we just didn't have great defense. I mean, I don't know. We kind of blew this lead, but I mean, you saw that we can get up on teams big, and if we can just keep it up, then we can win. We're an up and down team, and we'll have our games that we shine. We'll have bad games, and we'll blow leads, but we'll also win close games. I mean, Dame almost clutched this one up for us. I think if he would have got that last inbound pass, he could have hit a shot. I'm not sure why Carmelo Anthony was getting that shot in the first place, but he had to get the ball in. And then, of course, you got the Cavs at 4-3, another surprising team. Darius Garland and Colin Sexton both balling out. Garland's running the offense, facilitating. I mean, he's balling out, and he's looking like, maybe not the 4th pick, but he's looking like a good pick, 5th pick. He's looking like a good pick. And Okoro, they'll keep developing him. He'll be getting good PT and starting most games. Andre Drummond will be your anchor down low. He's averaging around 14 rebounds a game once you get Kevin Love back. You could sustain this 4-3. You beat the Hawks, who are also 4-3, looking great with Trae Young. That team's very well-rounded, the Atlanta Hawks. I think both these teams could be 7 and 8 seed contenders, maybe even higher. I mean, one of them could maybe be higher. But I'm higher on the Hawks than the Cavs. I feel like Trae Young, Gallinari, like all those other guys. I think Capella, Collins, Hunter, Herter, Reddish. I mean, if you want me to name them, there you go. Rondo, Bogdanovich. I mean, that's a good team. And then the Cavs I look at, they could fall off. I don't think Garland can play this way all year. Maybe Sexton can. He's getting buckets for them, but I don't know. And then another surprising one, the Indiana Pacers at 5-2. Malcolm Brogdon called game last night, putting them a win over the Pelicans, and that was a big win for them. They're 5-2 now, second in the East. Brogdon is playing very well, and Oladipo is looking like an all-star form. Oladipo again. That's exactly what they need to see. Domantas Sabonis is looking like an all-star again as well. Probably should make the all-star team. Playing great post-game. I mean, that team's well-rounded. TJ Warren got injured, yes, but I think he'll be back towards the end of the season. But if they can just play well without him, then this team could be scared going to the playoffs. And honestly, he's overrated from the bubble, so not too big of a loss if you actually ask me. Aaron Holiday, get him to develop. Doug McDermott got you buckets too, so not a tough loss. And then I'm just gonna finish talking about the East here. The Milwaukee Bucks, 4-3. Yeah, they kind of got killed by the Knicks, but they're 4-3. Giannis is playing well. They beat the Pistons by 10 last night. Of course, you know I'm a Giannis fan. I have a Giannis jersey. I like the Bucks. Holiday is looking like a great addition. They just gotta start getting these wins when it matters, and they'll be back on top of the East in short time. And who else is surprising? New Jersey, Brooklyn Nets. Kevin Durant is now out for like 4 games because of COVID, but they won tonight. Huge over. I literally watched this game over the Utah Jazz. Kyrie Irving was not missing, but yeah, Dinwiddie's out for the year. KD's out for now, but you're still a good team. You're still gonna get a top 5 seed in my opinion. I don't think you could go to the finals anymore. Kind of once you guys were 3-2 with 2 losses, only with Durant out. I don't know. I think that if you get Durant playing almost every game, you guys can be at top of the East, and you can have a good have a shot at the finals. But you got to show me more right now. I mean, I'm seeing it, but I'm also not seeing it. There's flashes of both. Like tonight, over a great Jazz team, everyone was hitting their shots. But one night, if you don't have KD, like tonight they didn't have KD, and they still proved it. So that was a big game proof for me. They're 4-4, middle of the pack. Another team that's like that is the Miami Heat. They are 3-3. Duncan Robinson and Hero both developing, both being studs, but I think this team needs to make a trade to get over the hump for another star, because I don't think this team can compete with the Bucks, the Sixers. I don't think, maybe even the Nets. I mean, this team's not gotten worse, but other teams have gotten better. And I think they'll be another 4 seed, 5 seed, 6 seed, and I don't think they can make another run this year like they did last year. Jimmy Butler's a great player, don't get me wrong, but they need everyone doing good, and they need Dragic to step it up, and they need the defense to play well. Avery Bradley's coming on, giving them a spark defense. They had a tough schedule to start. I think they'll turn it around, but I think they need to make a trade like a Harden if they want to splash into the finals again like they were last year. That's my take on the Miami Heat. And who else we got? We got the Bulls 4-4, coming off 4 out of the last 5 wins. They're not great. I mean, they beat us. Yeah, that was a tough loss for us because we lost to a bad team. The Bulls aren't going to make the playoffs. If they do, it'll be an 8 seed. Yeah, not much to talk about there. Zach LaVine had a bad 3-point shooting game. Of course, then he hit a dagger from 3. Kobe White's looking great, and your rookie Patrick Williams. I mean, that's something to talk about. He didn't play much tonight, but he did start the game, and he got you some defense. He had a couple bad fouls, but he got a good floater in crunch time. I mean, he was in there playing some defense, so that's what matters. Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo Ball's the main guy. They're 2-5. He's not playing well. He's not playing good, honestly. He's just not playing well, good, anything. The team is not playing well. They started off great, or not great. Terry Rozier started off great. He's falling off. Devontae Graham is shooting awful, but he's still giving you assists. You need a big turnaround now if you want any chance at the playoffs. That 8 seed is probably still open, I think, for any of you guys. Even the Wizards at 2-5 down here. Westbrook is averaging triple-double. Beal is 3rd in the league in points per game. You just need to turn it around. Get your role players playing well, and you can get back to that 8th spot. You just got to start playing better basketball. Raptors, once again, 1-5, bottom, second to last in the East. You can turn it around too, honestly. I know your record looks bad. Siakam needs to play like an all-star again. He needs to be more efficient. He needs to stop getting turnovers. Lowry needs to keep playing well, getting the assists, being the facilitator. Fred VanVleet has to start being that star who can hit the outside shots, be your deep 3 guy. They need Norman Powell to step into his role. OJ, I know he's got to develop. I mean, they need everyone. Aaron Baines has to play much better. And maybe you should play Malachi Flynn. Give him a shot at the backup shooting guard. I mean, you just got to have everything go right for you to get back in this hunt. And I think there's still a possibility it happens. You're losing close games with a tough schedule, but you got to turn it around there. And the Detroit Pistons have no shot. They're 1-6. I know they beat the Celtics, but I know they nearly lost to some teams. No, they're not a good team. I'm sorry. They're not good. Sorry, Crispy. Actually, crispy flakes, but yeah, your team sucks. In the West, let's move on. We got the Los Angeles Lakers at 6-2 atop the West. Ugly game from them tonight. They barely beat the jawless Grizzlies. Dylan Brooks dropped buckets on them. They closed out with a defensive stand to end the game. I mean, they had a couple big stops in that stretch. They were losing, and they came back and got stops. I mean, LeBron started hitting his fadeaways. I mean, on an off night, they still won because of their defense, which shows that this team is still very good. And people are like, oh, they lost to the Blazers and the Clippers by a lot, and they haven't beaten anyone good. Yeah, but still, if they're winning the teams, they're beating the teams they have to beat, which is just what you want from your best team. So they're 6-2. AD, LeBron, of course, they're playing well. I think they need the role players to play better. Dennis Schroeder has to step up. They need Marcus All to do better. Kyle Kuzma had an awful game tonight. I'm not sure any of the stats on the top of my head. I don't have my computer up or anything, but Kuzma just does not have a good game tonight. I was watching on some live stream, and everyone in the chat was ripping on Kuzma, man. So I don't know. They just need to play better. But move on. The Phoenix Suns, a surprising team in the Western Conference. Devin Booker and Chris Paul looking like a great duo. Chris Paul's not scoring, but he's giving you the assists. He's running the offense. He's playing playmaker. And your guys like Mikal Bridges are stepping up. He's out there. He's hitting his shots. He's driving. He's playing his defense. That's just what you need from him. I think he's averaging like 20 a game. Cam Johnson's out there. He's playing his defense. He's getting his steals. He's passing. He's getting his dunks. I mean, that's what they're out there to do. DeAndre Ayton got to step it up if they want to sustain this level of play. But this is a scary good team. And all the moves you did in the offseason, they're paying off. I think you guys will be a playoff team. So I'm not even worried to say that. I don't want to jinx it, but I still think you guys will be a playoff team. Devin Booker is playing great. If he can keep it up, depending on how good you go, if he puts up 30, which he's not putting up yet, if he starts putting up 30 a night, he could be an MVP candidate. But until then, you're a good team, 5-2, even scoring. I mean, you're looking good. You're looking good. Moving on, the Clippers. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think of this team. They have blowout win over the Blazers, who are not bad. They beat the Lakers, who are good. They got killed by the Mavericks. Tonight, they were getting killed by the Spurs. They came back. Kawhi missed a buzzer beater. Mass Kawhi is dropping buckets. He had 30, 10, and 7 or something like that tonight. But I think you guys are still a good team. You're going to win the games, but you also have to stop getting blown out in your losses, because that's just not making you guys look good. It's just making people unsure what you guys are at all. And I still think you'll make the playoffs. You'll be a fine top 3 seed, but this is just over my own reactions. Serge Ibaka's got to play better. Nick Batum is actually not playing bad. He's coming in, and he's actually having a good year. Luke Kennard has to play better off the bench. And Montrezl Harrell is a key loss. Your center play is not as good anymore. Zubac has to be better as well, more efficient. Let's move on. We got the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion needs to get the ball more. That's the main thing for this team. Brandon Ingram is a guy we know, but Zion still needs to get the ball 30 times a game, I think. Like, he has to be shooting. He has to be scoring. When he gets the ball, he's not looking to pass it. He's looking to score. That's what you need from your star player. Sorry, man. That's what you need from your star player. So, I mean, this team is good. Lonzo Ball needs to play better. He's still looking like a bust. He's not putting up great numbers. He's getting his assists, but he has to start shooting better, making better decisions. Eric Bledsoe is a good veteran for this team. So is Steven Adams, and they're both bringing what their skills to the table. I mean, Steven Adams is out there getting you rebounds, and you're trying to develop Jackson Hayes on your bench to be that bench center. Zion and B.I., of course, all your stars. And you got to develop Josh Hart and your other young guys. And this team might make the playoffs this year, but in a couple of years, this team will be very good, or even next year. This year could be a year they make the playoffs and lose early, but this is a great team, or great young team. Moving on, we got the Utah Jazz at 4-3. They beat the Trailblazers tonight. They got absolutely demolished by the Brooklyn Nets. Tough loss there. Donovan Mitchell did not play well. Just no one could hit a shot. And when they played us, they looked great. Everyone was hitting those shots. O'Neal, Ingles, even those guys. Scrubs. Jordan Clarkson came in. Spark plug. They need that type of energy every night to consist up in the top of the Western Conference, and they can do that if they get their games from their role players. We know Mitchell's going to put up points. I have a poster right there, 57-point game. Yeah, we know. He'll put up your points, but you need your role players to step up, and you need them to hit their threes. That's what that team does. They hit threes. Rudy Gobert's out there playing his defense. That's fine. But you need Bogdanovich, Ingles, Clarkson, Conley, O'Neal. You need them to hit their shots, and that's what's going to lead you guys over the top in the West. And then we got the Golden State Warriors at 4-3. Yeah, they're an up-and-down team. They lost 2 to start. They won 2 the next. Got blown out by the Nets to open the season. They beat the Blazers, and they lost to the Blazers by a lot. Then they beat the Blazers. Curry at 62. You guys can't. I don't think you guys will be a 500 or nearly above 500 team or nearly below. Curry, you guys are going to win games if Curry drops 30 or above, and he's not going to do that every night. I don't think he's still the best point guard in the NBA, but he's not going to give you 35, 40. And even we saw in his first couple games, he still had 30 points that he was just losing. He wasn't as efficient. If Curry's not perfect, this team will not win games. Oubre sucks. He's the worst shooter in the entire NBA. Yeah, I know he hit 4 threes last night and was kind of efficient, but until then he was 1 for 30. Awful numbers. He could not hit a shot for his life. And then you got Andrew Wiggins, who is looking like, the games they've won, he's been very well. And the games that they've lost, he has been very subpar, below average, non-efficient. You need him out there balling for you to have good chances in games. Marquise Chris is out for the year, but James Wiseman's looking like your rookie of the year so far. That is huge for this Golden State team. He's running coast to coast. He's running fast breaks. He's playing your defense. And he's looking like the rookie that they drafted him to be. And he's looking great. He's actually hitting outside shots. He's shooting deep mid-ranges. That's what you asked for from him. And he's going to win Rookie of the Year most likely. I mean, that's a great pick. You need to keep developing him. And if he gets better by the end of the year, throughout the year, this team can make the playoffs. And they could do some damage. And Draymond Green is out there playing defense, facilitating. That's what you're asking him to do. You're not asking him to score anymore. He's just too old to score. But he's still good enough to play defense and facilitate. He's actually getting a lot of assists to start off the year. And your bench is a bunch of scrubs. Toscano, Anderson, I think, or Mulder, a bunch of Bazemore, a bunch of guys like that. Poole hit a buzzer beater, yeah. But, like, those guys aren't going to be great. It's your starters that have to perform. Your bench will get outscored most nights. Your starters have to play well. But this team might not go far. Moving on, we got the Blazers at 3-4. I still think we'll be a playoff team. We're still getting into our rhythm. Derrick Jones, still Covington finally hit his shots tonight. Derrick Jones is out there playing his defense. He's locked. He's had to guard Harden, Mitchell, Kawhi, Paul George in the same game. LeBron, he played a little bit on AD. And then tonight he had an off day finally. I mean, he guarded Levine, but he only had 18, so he had an off day tonight of the star-studdeds. But, I mean, this guy's such a good defender. He's not going to get as many buckets, but he's actually shooting the ball well. And if he can keep this up and we can find a rhythm together, Damian Lillard averaging 26, but it seems like he's missing a lot. Once he gets that three-point stroke back to perfection and he start hitting that 40% again, CJ McCollum is looking like the top 5 shooter in the league right now. He's making everything. He did brick a lot at the end of the game tonight, which did suck because he was wide open for a lot of those. But he made the most threes throughout the first 6 games or whatever. And he's looking like a stud for us. And he's actually playing better than... He's outplaying them to start the year. But these guys, I don't really care who outplays each other. They're the same team. They're both averaging great stats. So Nurkic finally had a good game tonight. He's looking like he can pass, play, but he needs to step up. Enes Kanter's been great off the bench for us. He's came in there double-double every game until this game when he had foul trouble early. And Gary Trent's out there hitting buckets. Melo is so up and down. Sometimes I'm like, yes, Melo, take the shot. Sometimes I'm just like, Melo, pass the ball, and he'll post up, he'll miss, he'll break. But other games, he'll be in the corner. He'll hit a 3. He'll dribble out. He'll post up, hit a shot. I mean, he's so up and down. Sometimes I'm like, get off the team. Let's cut Melo. And sometimes I'm like, yes, let's go, Melo. We're keeping you because of this. But I don't know. He's so up and down. He needs to perform consistent average, get us 12 every game. I don't know. Covington needs to play better. Like I said, he finally hit his shots tonight. He's playing good defense. And Anthony Simons and Trent's playing well. He hit some 3s tonight. Simons came in and he bricked a little bit. So, better for both of those guys. And we can still be a great team. Rodney Hood, hopefully we get him back. Zach Collins, I'm not sure what the news there is. That's tough. But the Sacramento Kings, I'm going to quickly go over these last couple. Kings are 3-4. They beat the Warriors, beat the Suns. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is playing well. Buddy Hield's playing great. They beat the Nuggets on a buzzer beater. Bagley's not playing well. Rumors about trade there. You got Barnes, Holmes. I mean, that seems pretty well-rounded. You could fight for an 8 seed. You have some tough losses, but you have some okay wins over the Suns, who are looking good, over the Warriors, who are looking fine. You get to play the Blazers this week. We'll see what you do in that game. And you're a good team. I like them. You know I have a De'Aaron Fox jersey. I'm a Kings fan. I mean, not a Kings fan. I'm a Fox fan. But moving on, we got the Dallas Mavericks. They're 3-4, looking to be low average, but they'll step it up once they get KP back. Once Luka finds his role again, he's missing lots of shots. Josh Richardson's playing very well. You need Tim Hardaway to play better. Your center play, Kleber Powell, for now needs to be better. But wasn't Seth Curry hurt? And I think he was a better player than Josh Richardson. But Richardson is playing very well. And Luka just needs to step it up, play better, hit his shots, and once they get KB back, the team can get rolling. They blew up the Clippers by so many points it wasn't even funny. I mean, they can have nights where they're on. They can also have nights where they're off and just brick and not be a great basketball team. So they need KP. They need Luka to play well every night, like everyone predicted him to win MVP. They need that Luka Doncic, not pretty good Luka, 24 a game, hit a couple shots here and there, run the offense. No, they want you to score. They want you to get the good passes. They want you to be a playmaker, and that's what they need. 3-4, they'll step it up. Nuggets, same thing, 3-4. Jokic is having an insane stat line. He's averaging triple-double. Tonight he had 30, 13, and 8. I mean, absolute monster. He's looking so good. He could have won an MVP if his team gets way above 500, which they still very well could. They're one game behind And Jamal Murray's had two good games and 5 bad games, and that's what the problem is. Jamal Murray needs to play way better if they want any chance at going far. They need bubble Jamal, not regular season Jamal. And right now he's looking just like regular season Jamal. They need Will Barton to step up. They need their center play to step up. I mean, losing Jeremy Grant hurt. I mean, it did. So I'm not gonna lie there, but still, you're turning around and have a good team. The Houston Rockets at 2-3. James Harden is averaging 33 a game, looking like a star, but Christian Wood is your biggest story. He's looking so good for you guys, averaging like 20-something, getting rebounds. I mean, he was on the Pistons. I knew who he was, but not too much. I mean, he was a good player, but now he's looking like a star. He could be an all-star this year. And if John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins play like they did, or John Wall especially, if he plays like he did the first game he played against was it the Warriors or was it the Kings? Something like that. He had a really good game. He had almost triple-double, I think, and put up points. And he's looking like not torn ACL. He's looking fast again. And Cousins can come in and get you 18-10 or 18-9 or 16-10. That's what you want from him. That's all you're asking. You need the other players to hit shots. House, Gordon, Tucker, they hit their threes. And you're right back in this playoff hunt. You already are in the playoff hunt, and you're right back in the season. Okay, OKC Thunder at 2-4. They're in a rebuild mode. I expect them to win some games just because that team's always going to fight. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's always going to fight. But Lou Dort, I mean, this is a scrappy team. And Muscala, I mean, they got Isaiah Roby's looking good for them. Diallo, I mean, this is just a young, scrappy team. I don't expect them to do anything at all, but they'll win some games they shouldn't win. And it might hurt their draft pick a little bit, but they're rebuilding, and they have so many picks over the next 5 years, 6 years, that they're going to be great down the line. Probably will end up getting Cade Cunningham one way or another. Minnesota Timberwolves at 2-5. Here's a big story. This is actually a team that I thought could be good. And at the start of the year, you know how I love the Timberwolves. I have KG. I might get it Edwards. They were 2-0 with Cat, and I love Cat. He's my boy. But Cat goes down with some sort of hand injury, or I think that's what it was. If it's not, don't get mad at me, whatever. But I'm not like a diehard Wolves fan. I'll root for the Wolves. Cat goes down with the injury, and they lose 5 straight now. Tonight, tough loss to the Nuggets. Russell played really well, and Jared Vanderbilt played really well tonight as well. Edwards got 15 again. Edwards is averaging 18. That's what you're asking him to do. He could win Rookie of the Year. Keep giving him more minutes, and he'll keep producing. Juancho Hernangomez had a great game tonight, but you need these guys to play well every night, and I don't think D'Lo can carry without Cat. It's Cat and D'Lo. It's not just D'Lo, and if it's just D'Lo, this team will keep losing and they'll keep being bad. They need Karl-Anthony Towns to come in there and get them the 25-12 that he will get them. That's how they'll win games, and that's how they'll get back in playoff contention. They need Cat back soon, or they're screwed. That's my message to them. And the Memphis Grizzlies 2-5. Close loss to the Lakers. I think it ends up being a 3-point game off of, who was it? Anderson. It was a steal, layup, and then it was Brooks maybe. He just came down, hit a 3. You need Ja back badly. And I thought you could be another 8 seed like you were last year. You were in contender for the 8 seed. They need Ja badly, just like the Timberwolves. They need Ja to be in there. He'll be back in like a week and a half. You need to be out there, and you need to be playing. And he'll get you the buckets, he'll get you the playmaking, and he'll set up guys like Brooks and Anderson and Anthony Melton. And Valanciunas will do his thing. Brandon Clark, I think, has been injured. He'll come back, and he'll get you buckets. Jaren Jackson, I think, has been injured, but I think he's back as well, and he'll get you buckets. You need Ja to lead the offense, play make for you, and get you the points, the assists, just everything. He brings the whole package to the table. And that's what's going to help you guys win games and get you back in the playoff hunt. So, yeah, that's just my NBA recap so far, talking about each team, what they've done right, what they've done. Oh, I totally forgot about the Philadelphia 76ers. Saved the best for last. They're having looks like they did it right, finally. Trust the process, and they waited one more year to trust it, and it's looking like it's working. Seth Curry is a dog. He is literally shooting so well. Embiid usually gets double teamed. He dribbles in, he gets double teamed, he makes a bad mistake, he turns it over, he dribbles it away. I mean, he passes out and they brick. Now he's passing it to Curry. He's hitting a shot. Milton, he's hitting a shot. Maxey, he's hitting their shots. Danny Green, he's hitting the shots. Tobias Harris has been really well. Joel Embiid has options now. He can score on the one guy if they actually double him. Wide open threes. Ben Simmons hit a 3 finally, and he's looking like a defensive star and an offensive star. Running up and down the court, getting your fast breaks, and then Embiid comes down and he'll set the offense in the slow game, post you up, kick you out for the 3. Curry and Green are both shooting so efficient. Curry is, I think, top 5 in the league. He hasn't shot as many volume as some players, but still. Shake Milton is playing well. Yeah, Tyrese Maxey Thybulle's in there for your defense. This team is finally at the process. They flipped Horford for Danny Green, and they flipped Richardson for Curry, and those are both working out very well. As much as Danny Green gets hate, he's not been bad for them, and this team has been very well. Tobias Harris is playing super well on the coast-to-coast game, defensive game. He's shooting well too. I mean, he's looking like a stud. I mean, a star, not an all-star, a star. And he's getting you points, and he's getting you points. So I mean, this is just a very good team, and I think they can keep this up. I honestly do. I believe they can be top two in the Eastern Conference and make the finals with this team. Joel Embiid might win the MVP this year. This is a great team. I'm mad I forgot them. Sorry, Sixers fans, but here you are. You got it now. And yeah, this video is 25 minutes already. It's take a long time to upload. You'll probably be seeing this January 6th in the morning, but you won't watch it anyway. So thank you guys for watching. That'll be it for me. And peace.